Hello everybody, my name is Suman Dua. I am a registered migration agent at Nationwide Migration and Education. In this video today, we will be talking about New South Wales Stream 3 for the visa subclass 491. As you all are aware that they had 4 submission windows for this year and they have already invited twice in this financial year. They still have 2 more submission windows left for this financial year. So one will be in January from 1st of January to 31st of January. So they will be open for the whole month of January and also for the whole month of March this financial year. So they currently have 3 streams for 491. The first one is living and working in regional New South Wales. So to be eligible under the stream 1, you need to be living and working in regional New South Wales. You also need to have a skills assessment in an occupation which is on the combined occupation list, and you need to be living and working in regional New South Wales for the last 12 months. However, they may still consider applicants who have been living and working in their nominated occupation from last 3 months in regional New South Wales. Their second stream is if you have studied in regional New South Wales. To be eligible under this stream, you need to have a valid skills assessment in an occupation which is on your preferred region's occupation list, and you need to have studied in regional New South Wales for a minimum of 2 years, and your studies need to be completed in the last 24 months, and it is a preference that the studies that you have completed in regional New South Wales are related to your nominated occupation. Under their stream 3, you need to have an occupation which is available on the preferred region's occupation list. To be eligible under this stream, you need to hold a valid skills assessment which is available on your preferred region's occupation list, and you need to be currently onshore residing in any state or territory. There have also been lot of frequently asked questions that have been asked by many applicants who are considering to apply with New South Wales. So we will be answering some of the most common questions that have been asked by applicants who are considering to apply in the January or March submission window. The first one I have is, I was invited but didn't apply for nomination. Can I submit a new ROI next submission window? So the reply from New South Wales State Nomination Team is no. If you do not apply to your preferred region before your invitation expires or your application has been declined, you must wait a minimum of 12 months before submitting a new registration of interest. This includes a different occupation or nomination stream. The next one I have is, can I submit more than one ROI during a submission window? No, you can only register your interest once during a submission window. Submitting more than one ROI during a submission window will result in your removal from consideration. This includes where you are skilled in more than one occupation. So what it means is, even if you have a skills assessment in more than one occupation, you're only eligible to lodge your expression of interest and registration of interest for one occupation only. How do I know New South Wales has received my ROI? Immediately after submitting your ROI, you will receive a confirmation. We have received your ROI on the same page as the form. You will not receive an email confirmation. Do not submit more than one ROI, including where you are skilled in more than one occupation. Submitting more than one ROI will remove you from consideration. Can I amend or withdraw my ROI? No, ROIs cannot be amended or withdrawn after they are submitted. When you submit your ROI during the submission window, does not affect your likelihood of being invited to apply for nomination. As such, do not submit an ROI early in the submission window if your circumstances are likely to change. So what it means is that they will consider all ROIs that will be received from 1st of January to 31st of January. Just because you have submitted your ROI on 1st of January does not increase your chances of getting invited, as they will be considering all ROIs submitted during the submission window. Another thing to note is that if you are likely to get an updated English score, let's say on 15th of January, maybe wait until 15th of January before you submit your ROI, instead of submitting an ROI on 1st of January and then having to withdraw it and submit a new one after 15th of January. So the next one I have is, which regions can I apply to if I am invited? A list of participating regions is available on the New South Wales 491 page. If you have been invited to apply for New South Wales nomination, you can apply to any region where your skills are required. That is, your nominated occupation appears on the region's occupation list. So when they send you a pre-invitation, they will allow you to choose any region. So it does not matter if you're living in the same region or not, because sometimes if you're living in a region where your occupation is not open and there is another region where your occupation is open, can choose that region when you receive the pre-invitation. Candidates invited to apply under Stream 1 have access to a combined occupation list to ensure they can apply to the region where they currently live and work. So if you're going to apply under Stream 1, and since you have access to all occupations on the combined occupation list, please choose the region where you're currently living and working. Stream 1 candidates are strongly encouraged to apply to the region where they currently live and work. How long do I need to have been living and working in regional New South Wales in my nominated occupation to be selected under Stream 1? The standard requirement under Stream 1 is to have been living and working in New South Wales in your nominated or closely related occupation for a period of 12 months. However, New South Wales may consider inviting candidates under Stream 1 who have been living and working in New South Wales in their nominated or closely related occupation for a minimum period of 3 months. If you have been living and working in your nominated or closely related occupation in regional New South Wales for greater than 3 months, you should submit your ROI under Stream 1. I'm living and working in regional New South Wales but not working in my nominated occupation. Can I still register my interest under Stream 1? No, in that case you must register your interest under Stream 3. If you register your interest under Stream 1 when you're not eligible, your ROI will not be considered. Do I need to be eligible to claim points for study in regional Australia to submit an ROI under Stream 2? Yes, to be eligible to submit an ROI under Stream 2, you must be eligible to claim points for study in regional Australia on the basis of study in regional New South Wales. This means that you must have at least one degree, diploma, or trade qualification from a regional New South Wales educational institution that satisfies the Australian study requirement obtained while living and studying in an eligible area of regional New South Wales. So these were some of the most common questions that we have been getting from the applicants who are considering to apply for the expression of interest and registration of interest in the January and March submission window. In our last video, we gave you updates on how many applicants have been invited by regional New South Wales. So the Department of Home Affairs website was updated on 17th of November, where they published that regional New South Wales have invited 348 applicants for the 491 visa subclass. So here they were talking about the full invites that were sent out by New South Wales for visa subclass 491. However, after this date, there were a lot of pre-invitations that were sent out and lot of full invites have been sent out after this date for the October submission window. So we don't have the exact numbers that how many places have been filled by New South Wales 491. But considering that they do have a total of 3,640 seats for this financial year, they should at least have more than 2,000 seats available for the January and March submission window. So what it means is that the chances of getting invited under Stream 3 are much higher than the previous submission windows. So if you are somebody who is considering lodging the expression of interest and registration of interest with New South Wales for 491 in the January and March submission window, our registered migration agents are offering free consultations for a limited time. So I will leave the link in the description so that you can book a consultation with a registered migration agent from our team. We will be able to help you with your expression of interest and registration of interest, and also help you with choosing the right region to apply in January and March submission window. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. Stay updated about Australia's immigration. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel.